Hello and welcome to What the Hack, the place where you learn all the tips and tricks you need to make your life easier. I'm your host Elise, and today we're going to be kicking things off with Around the House, where we show you some weird and wonderful ways to use household objects. As always, I'm joined by our resident hackspert, Joe. How are you going today, Joe?
I'm doing great, thanks Elise. Yeah.
Fantastic, and what are you going to be showing us today?
So the first trick is going to be using something that I think everybody should have at least a couple of lying around their house.
Okay, you have me hooked. Can you give me another clue?
You always want to have a pair of them, but you can only ever find one.
All right, sounds intriguing. Let's have a look at the first reveal. It's a sock! I was not expecting this. But before we move ahead, let's have a quick look at what the word on the street is.
What? The sock.
I've got the sock, and there's a couple things I can think of to do with the sock. One is a glove. We've just had snow, and you know, everyone likes to throw snowballs.
Sock puppets? I don't know.
So that's what the public came up with. Some very cool ideas there, but is there something they're missing? Joe, tell us what you're going to be showing us today.
So the first little trick we're going to be doing is making a little armband for yourself that you can pop your phone in if you're on the go.
Nifty.
For this one, all you need is a sock that you don't mind cutting the toes off, because what you really need here is a sleeve. If you don't mind sticking your left arm out, Elise, what we're going to do is just going to slide that right on, and you want to get that as far up your arm as you can get it. Now, if you just don't mind holding your phone there in place, I'm going to roll this up, and what you really want to do here is cover up as much of the phone as possible, if not all of it. Now, luckily, you can cover the whole thing, but if you move your arm around a bit, there should be plenty of flexibility there.
Definitely,
and it's nice and secure as well.
100%, 100%. It's a very sporty look. I love it.
Absolutely. And a lot of people find that if they're, say, on a run, you know, if they've got a phone in their shorts, there's a fair chance of it falling out or, you know, bashing about. It's not comfortable.
Definitely.
That's where this armband comes into play, and it's super useful.
100%. Thank you so much, Joe. That's super
Not a problem.
groovy.
Yeah, let's roll this back down. Don't want that on for the rest of the show in case you know, risk of running off from the set, I suppose. The second item we've got here is an umbrella. Now, this one, don't even need to damage the sock to do it. There's two uses for this, really. So, say you've gone for a walk to a lecture and it's a rainy day. You need somewhere to put your brolly for it to dry off, but obviously, you know, you don't want to have a wet brolly lying about. That's very inconvenient for when you want to go home.
Yeah, 100%.
All you need to do is use a sock. I'd say bring a spare one with you, but you could use one you were wearing, I suppose. And sleeve this up nicely here. This, as I said, does two things. So first of all, it protects the spokes at the top, so you know it doesn't get damaged. But also, it's a great way to dry off your umbrella before you go home.
Lovely.
So of course, you can put a sock out to dry or in the tumble dryer. I wouldn't recommend putting an umbrella in the tumble dryer.
No.
Cause a lot of damage there. Absolutely.
Definitely. Fantastic. That's a groovy one, Joe.
And the final one. Well, what if I showed you one that I prepared earlier?
Nice.
We've got a nice cooler here, just cozy rather, and what you might call a stubby, I suppose, in Australia.
100%.
What you're going to do here is you want to get a cup and a sock that is about the same length, I would say. This one's nice and short, so I'm not going to cut it. I don't want to damage this rather cute sock that we've got here.
Oh, it's beautiful.
All you're going to do is slide that in there for a nice layer of insulation, and what do you know, it still looks cute as ever.
Amazing, cute and convenient. I love that one. That is pretty awesome. Fantastic. So there you have it, 3 different ways to utilize a sock. But what did the public think of Joe's ideas?
Cool, I didn't know socks could be so useful. Like, that's actually pretty smart.
It's quite
good idea.
Yeah, it's quite smart. I wouldn't have thought to do that. Oh my god, I love this. That's really clever. I would definitely not have thought of that. So basically, if you lose it, you can use a sock. Genius.
I think this one's really clever, actually. This is very clever. You wouldn't even tell it's a sock, so I think this is cool. Yeah.
Here at What the Hack, we're all about finding creative solutions to everyday problems. So let's find out what problem we'll be solving today on Spotlight Hacks. So let's jump into the first reveal. There we go, a bottle. But so Joe, tell me what we're going to be doing with the bottle.
So, we're going to be talking about, say, if you don't have a bottle opener on you, but of course you want to pop open a bottle. So the first thing we're going to use here is a spoon. I'd say a smaller spoon is better, so a teaspoon.
Nice.
This is Very simple. Say you've gone to a friend's house and, you know, they can't find a bottle opener. I'm sure they've got a cutlery drawer. Everybody needs a teaspoon, right? You've got to make tea.
Yeah.
This one's nice and simple. What you're going to do is just going to grip the bottle lid, the bottle neck rather, nice and tightly. You're going to hold the spoon by the neck there and start using your thumb as a sort of lever there. Now, you hear that fizzing noise? That means that you're making a nice bit of progress
Definitely
there.
on track.
And I'd say go a fair way around, and eventually, after a while, it should just pop off nice and easy. Oh, there we go, getting there. So I'm loosening it as far around as I can, and I think around here should, there we go, pop off nice and easy.
Beautiful technique there, Joe. Fantastic.
Absolutely. It's super simple way. That took, what, about 20 seconds? Not a problem. If you look at that again, pops off nice and gently as well.
Look at that.
So there we go.
Very
no chance of
awesome.
it fizzing over as well.
No,
so,
fantastic.
absolutely.
Don't want to lose any beer at all. That's amazing.
Of course. The second way, we've got a pair of scissors here. Now, my mum always used to say, never run with scissors, but please feel free to open a beer with them.
What a wise woman. Show me how it's done, Joe.
This one is a two-part process. What you're going to do is you're going to open them slightly, and you see the crimped edges on the bottle here. You're just going to sort of hook the tip of the blade underneath there, again using your thumb as a lever. Now, of course, you've got to be nice and safe, because these are scissors we're using here. But if you're careful, there shouldn't be a problem. And again, you hear that fizzing noise.
Yeah.
It means that you are making some headway.
Perfect.
So just go around a little bit further, and I think we should be getting there. What I'm going to do now is, again, much as before, use my thumb as a sort of lever, and there we go, push that off. And that one really flew, didn't it?
It really did.
Absolutely.
Bit of a party trick at the same time.
Of course, yeah, make sure you don't knock anyone's eye out with that, mind you.
Definitely.
If we take another look at that, flies off. And of course, if you're being nice and safe, keep your skin out of the way, not a problem.
Not a problem at all. Fantastic.
The final item we've got here is a lighter.
Nice. All right. A little bit confused by this one.
Yeah, absolutely. So with this one, essentially what we're doing is not using the flame function at all. This is something that you just might have in your pocket, in your handbag, whatever. The principle is, if it's got a hard end that you can use to sort of hook underneath the cap, should be no problem.
Should work.
I'm going to do much the same as I did before. And of course, you know, this lighter might get a little bit scratched in the process, but you hear that fizzing noise, you know you're making progress. And again, this one should pop off nice and easy in just a moment. Go all the way around. There we go.
Amazing. That was awesome.
Super gentle. A little bit less violent, a little bit less volatile than our previous one with the scissors there. But
Definitely.
if you have another look at that, it's popping off super gently, super easy
100%.
there.
Perfect stuff. So now you successfully got your drinks open. Why not try and impress your friends once you've had a few? Last up today is Hacks to Impress. So Joe, you've taught us some pretty practical things today, so why not let your hair down and show us something fun? What trick are you going to be amazing me with today?
Well, first of all, let's clear some space for the grand finale.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing what I like to call the magic stick trick. Now, as you can see here, I've got a little lollipop stick that I've coloured in. Half of it is black, half of it is not coloured in. If I flip it over, same on both sides, as you can see. But what if, for instance, I give a little magic rub, blew into it, all of a sudden, black on both sides.
Unreal, Joe. Please show me how it's done. Let me into the trick.
This is actually a very simple trick, this one, nice and easy. As you can see, on one side of it, I have indeed coloured half of it in, but on the other side, it is all black.
Okay.
Now, the way that I managed to deceive you quite so convincingly was, as I turn it over, I'm sort of twisting it between my thumb and my forefinger. You may find actually that your wrist does this motion naturally.
Okay.
Do you want to have a quick go?
Yes, please. Master of close-up magic here.
Absolutely.
My goodness. Beautiful.
Oh, there we go, you've got it already. I'm just going to show the audience at home a quick way that you can do that. So, first of all, get yourself a popsicle, enjoy that. Then once you've finished it, maybe rinse off the stick and get a, I've got a whiteboard marker here, but really any sort of black pen will do. Now, what I'm going to do is mark about the halfway point here and just really colour it in half of the stick. And then on the other side, I'm going to colour in all of it.
Perfect.
Now, I'll do this fairly roughly, but as you suppose, you get the point, don't you, really? It's nice and simple, super easy trick for anyone to do.
Beautiful.
And if I do the same thing again, you should be able to see.
Amazing. Look at us
Much the
go.
same.
We're going to
And
make
bam.
heaps of friends now, Joe.
Absolutely. Much the same principle applies. So there we go, the magic stick trick, ready to do wherever you want.
Thank you, thank you. So that's about all we have time for today. As always, I'd like to thank our resident hackspert, Joe, and everybody who tuned in today. Don't forget to let us know in the comments section down below if you decided to try out any of these for yourself, or if you have any hacks of your own you'd like to share. Thanks for watching, and remember to tune in next week to keep up to date with all the haction. Once again, it's your host Elise signing off. Thanks for stopping by.